All right, y'all, back on the Subaru. I attempted to bleed the master cylinder on vehicle just by pumping it up, cracking the lines. I had fluid coming out right away. I didn't have a lot of air escaping. So just to be sure, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the master cylinder, put it on the, put it in a vise. I've got to get a bleeder kit. I'm gonna go ahead and bleed the master cylinder, and that way I know 100% all the air is out of it. And then I've got a lot of air in, I think two of the four lines. On this model, the 01 Forester, the ABS module is right there. And as far as I know, I should be able to bleed the brakes without doing anything with that. Some of the GM products, you had to have a scan tool to modulate the the ABS unit to kind of bleed. I remember doing that on some vehicles, maybe 2000 to 2010, Suburbans and stuff, trucks, Chevrolet. But just to be sure, I'm gonna get that off. It's just a couple of, I think it's two 12 millimeter nuts. I've already got the sensor unhooked, fluid level sensor, and then excuse me. Like I said, I just have to go get a kit, which simply is some plastic fittings that can screw in to where these lines go in, and then you're just gonna have a hose that back feeds into the reservoir, and then you're literally gonna pump it a handful of times, and it's just gonna basically pump through itself, and it's gonna get all the air out. So I just, not knowing for sure, I'm gonna start there because I don't want to start bleeding the brakes and just be chasing my tail. But that does work sometimes. I've done that in the past. And then what I think we'll do is we're gonna go ahead and start. I guess since the module is over here in the front corner, but the master cylinder is over there, I'm not quite sure which one to start with. Normally you'd start with the passenger right. That's what I'll probably do. So the passenger right, driver left. Then I'll do this this one here, and then I'll do that one. So anyways. And of course, by the end of the process, you should have a nice firm pedal with no sponginess at all, and you'll know you got her done. So we're gonna get this master cylinder off and over there onto the vise. All right, y'all, got her out. I got the lines plugged just in case they drip overnight. I had something rigged up. This is a standard threads, just about fit. But what you want is something that plugs into there. These are also for, this is a standard thread. But you're gonna thread your, fittings in there. Then you're gonna feed the lines into the reservoir. And then just pump, pump, pump. So anyways, I'm gonna get a kit from Napa. Hopefully they have it in stock. Not much more I can do tonight, but we gotta get this thing done and get it out of here and move on to the next project. One thing we're gonna do on our home here, which is a double wide mobile home. We own the property here, and of course this amazing garage. But we need to get underneath there, so I'll be removing the skirting and I'll be removing the skirting on this side as well as this side right before our little addition there. And then we're going to re-level the mobile home, and then eventually start working on it. First thing I gotta do is level it. That amazing lilac. And then another big thing too is this corner of the garage is where all the water pools up, and it's nice and straight. And then right about there, this main beam here starts to kind of bend down a little bit. So we got to get that fixed up. Eventually paint the garage, but just got to do some maintenance. And man, this lilac is just glorious. Let's go smell some of these guys. Always remember to stop and smell the flowers. Look at them gorgeous things. Smells so good. Let's fix our little yard owl here. He's been with us forever. He's been kind of attacked a few times, looks like. Anyways, guys, we're just getting through the projects. We've been crazy busy with pet care, our main business. This Jeep, I'm probably not going to get to this project. We're just going to get rid of it. I'm going to take the tires off it, which are beautiful studded tires. I'm going to use these for the plow truck. This would have been a fun project, basically take the drivetrain out, the engine, transmission, maybe whatever is bad on the donor vehicle, and the donor vehicle would have a straight body. Anyway, good idea. Not enough time, not enough desire, and again, we just got to get this thing done and get her all wrapped up. Make sure we're not dripping brake fluid everywhere. Remember, brake fluid eats away paint, so just be careful. And then a cool thing about brake fluid, it's hydroscopic, which means it absorbs water to the point where water just takes over. So if you ever spill brake fluid, you can just dump a bunch of water on it and it basically melts it away. It's crazy. It turns into like a milky water, which is still not the best, of course, but it's better than sticky brake fluid. So anyways, guys, over and out. All right, guys, I got a kit from Napa. Got my fittings in there. I got the hose basically submerged. Well, I probably won't top it off anymore. I got plenty of fluid in there. It does come with other sizes. Also some, not quite sure what that style is for, but anyhow, we're gonna go ahead and pump it up a few times, and enough times to just make sure there's no air in the system, probably 3, 4, 5, 6 times maybe, and it should be good to go. The best thing would be to have clear lines here so you can see, but anyways, it's all good. Let's get her done. All right, y'all, got the master cylinder back on. Let me plug this thing in before I forget. Basically, I cracked all the bleeder screws. Once I get everything tightened up, I got the brake fluid topped off, got the cap off, and I've got plenty of fluid coming out this side already, and the side opposite. Put this passenger rear and the driver front. I'm gonna let it go for another 5-10 minutes to see if I can get fluid to show up just through gravity, and that way it just takes less time to bleed. But if it doesn't happen, then what I'll do is get everything sealed up, and then of course basically probably run through that passenger rear, just bleed this one, and then I'll start over, because right now these two lines have a bunch of air in them, so we just gotta get her figured out. But anyways, just about done with this thing. All right, y'all, got the brakes bled. I had my son hop in and we just bled the brakes as usual. I did that side, then this side, and then I basically did these corners, and then I started in the back again. Went back here, and actually got a lot of air went out of that one the second time through. Then over to here, and the brakes feel, the brakes feel really good. One unfortunate thing about this vehicle is it has developed some sort of a little light knock. I don't think it's something crazy, but it's definitely not a valve tick. It's more of a type of thing on throttle. It's not crazy bad, but he must have ran it out of oil at some point. But so I got this damage to contend with. You can basically, I mean, it's not as drastic as it looks on camera in real life, but you can tell that things are bent. So I'm gonna basically, my dad's probably gonna take it to a shop, an alignment shop. Oh yeah. Oof. So anyways, we just got the brakes working so it can be driven. Hopefully it's not totaled. Oof. But anyways, I'm done with it. Praise God. So we're gonna move on to getting, I got an exhaust rattle on the Subaru. It's mine, my daily. And I have a way to fix that. I also figured out how to fix the power steering leak. There's a rebuild kit for the pump. Basically just a seal kit. This thing has a confirmed head gasket issue, so we're gonna get that done. Plow truck is waiting on new winter tires, and I desperately need to change the transmission fluid and the plow fluid before next winter. Still need to get a cooler on there, transmission cooler that I actually have. And I still need to do the calibration of the carburetor, so lots of work to do on that one. And then the van eventually will get sold. We have so many damn vehicles, it's ridiculous. That's my wife's basically winter vehicle. So it's just parked for the summer. She's driving the van. I think it's terrible gas mileage. It's dang gas prices right now. Just about fell over that thing. Corvette is covered up and ready for its time, and however long that'll be. And our amazing lilac tree is just smelling so good, and I gotta prune it here soon, like in the next week, because that's, I guess, it grows its new starts or whatever for next year about a few weeks after they bloom. So if I cut it too late after they bloom, I can cut off all the next year's growth. So as you can see, it's just a beast. So anyways, guys, we're gonna head in, slowly getting everything done. Exhaust rattle fix for this Subaru I saw on a channel was you stuff steel wool in between the pipe and the heat shield, and then run a clamp around it, as opposed to removing all the heat shield, because honestly it would be like I'd be cutting metal, because it's all rusted and stuff. And eventually the XR250, even though it says CR, this seat is incorrect for it. I really wish it came with the correct seat. That would have been awesome. But honestly, I could make that a seat if I wanted to. All I gotta do is get the engine in it, get it going, get the brakes. So I'll eventually get this thing. I'd like to, fix it up to like completely, brand new, which would be awesome. But how about this too? It's even got this little thing on it. So this is one of my babies right here. I gotta give it some TLC at some point. So, and then the 3-wheeler, I got both these things running the other day, the XL70 and the ATC. But anyways, y'all, I'm done blabbering. We'll talk to y'all soon. God bless.